reproduction is an important phenomenon. Now, the reproduction is actually where the organism produces its own kind or own type. So, when we study the methods, various methods which are being adopted for reproduction by the organisms, we have broadly classified them into two types, asexual and sexual reproduction. When we talk of asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, let us try and understand what is the major difference between the two methods of reproduction. The asexual reproduction is the type of reproduction in which only one of the organism is involved. That means there are no male or females over here in this case, and only one organism will be taking part in the entire process of reproduction and is the parent of the offsprings produced. The sexual reproduction, on the other hand, it involves there are no gamete formation. That means there is no gamete formation, and hence there is only mitotic division taking place over here. So it is only mitotic division. Whereas in the case of sexual reproduction, male and female gamete formation takes place, and that is by the process of meiosis. So the and as a result, the male will produce the male gamete and the female will produce the female gamete by the process of meiosis, that is the type of the cell division. Mitotic division, the number of chromosomes remain the same. As you all are aware that for a species, it is important to maintain the total number of chromosomes. So in this case, since only one parent is involved, the total number of chromosome is as such passed on, so there is no division. Whereas when we talk of the sexual reproduction, there is one male gamete and one female gamete. So if the condition is to be restored, the number of chromosomes should be reduced to half. Therefore, there is meiotic type of cell division which is taking place. Now, the third important difference between these two types of reproduction is no genetic variation takes place. Since the information is as such passed from the parent to the offsprings, there is no genetic variation taking place, and the new organisms which are produced are identical to the parents. On the contrary, the sexual reproduction, since it involves the fusion of the male and the female gamete, the genetic variation is introduced. So we have a lot of variation and they are obviously better adapted. Also, the other difference is when the asexual reproduction is involved, the offspring produced are comparatively large in number. Example is yeast, bacteria, various kind of fungi. We all have seen that is these will produce large number of offsprings. In the case of sexual reproduction, very fewer number of organisms are produced. Also, the last difference, that is no fertilization is taking place because there is no gamete formation, that is male and female. So no fertilization taking place and there is no formation of the zygote. In the case of sexual reproduction, fertilization and the zygote formation takes place. Why? Because of the fusion of the male and the female gamete. So these are some of the major sexual and the asexual method of reproduction. Although both the methods are very important for the continuation of the species.